It's Madden NFL 23.
And the question is, are you ready for some football?
It's the Cleveland Browns and the Indianapolis Colts.
Coming up next.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Today, we're set for a good AFC matchup between the Cleveland Browns and the Indianapolis Colts. Hi again, everyone. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Welcome to the NFL on EA Sports. With me, as always, Charles Davis. And, Charles, we look at a matchup like this. It's really the running backs that may take center stage here today.
And in today's football, they're still valuable, not just as runners, but guys who can catch the ball as well. It's really the number of touches that determines things these days.
The rookie fourth rounder out of LSU, Cade York, has this one teed up. And this one is underway here on EA Sports. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. So the Colts now coming out for their opening drive. And a glance here at their shifty mobile signal caller.
We're seeing it more and more in this league, how teams love to have athletes back there taking the snaps, guys who can throw it and move around and get yardage with their legs if needed. He's one of the best examples that we see out there right now. He can throw for hundreds of yards one week and then run for 100+ the next. He adds an extra dimension that really confounds defenses when he puts it all together.
Now this one complete on the slant route. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll leave him with a second and just a few inches left.
Even against double coverage, he found enough of an opening for a noticeable gain. Two guys on him, yet he finds a way to uncover downfield for the completion.
A good gain on first has him set up with second and just a couple of inches now from the 29. They'll run. This is Jonathan Taylor. Flashes another juke. A gain of 11 that time and a Colts first down.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Again, it's Taylor. And he's going to take this across the 50 into Browns territory. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
He had to fight for every yard on that run, shook himself free of a tackle, and kept fighting, even with the rest of the defense closing in on him. That's the kind of effort you'll take every single time.
On second down, it's Taylor. And some solid footwork there as he'll take this down to about the 38. A gain of 11 that time and a Colts first down.
They did tell us they wanted to establish the ground game early, didn't they?
They did, and a small sample size that we've seen so far, but pretty good return.
Yeah, you got to like that. They've strung together a couple of first downs, established what they wanted, the running game. And guess what? They also got their lead guy running it pretty well, too.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Running straight ahead, Taylor. And he is going to lose yardage here. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Sometimes I think these defensive tackles get a little bit of a bum rap. We just see them as big guys that eat up blockers for others to make tackles. Oftentimes, they're quicker than they get credit for. And this time, he uses quickness to make a play.
So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11. Richardson looking to throw. And that went too far in front. He couldn't reel it in. It's incomplete.
One thing I have learned, receivers don't mind high throws so much to the sideline, but do that over the middle to them, and not only are the DBs going to throw a little verbal trash their way, when they get back to the huddle, they're going to have a few words to say to their QB, aren't they?
Yeah, hung out to dry a little bit there on the high throw. Luckily fell incomplete. On 3rd down, here's Richardson. To the right side, complete to Taylor. And he'll be taken down well before the first at about the 36-yard line. That's going to bring up 4th down, only a gain of 2 there. And they're getting him involved early.
You feel like they saw something on tape, or they just have a sense with him because he's had a good week of practice or something in that area that they want him involved. Just as you said, they want him to touch it either in the running game or the passing game, but they must like the matchups they're getting.
Matt Gay now gets ready for the field goal try. From the right hash, this from 53. Gay's kick is good. And the Colts hit the scoreboard first. It's 3-0. Even though they didn't find the end zone, they have to be pretty pleased with how they moved the ball on the ground because we know that that was one of their big goals in this game.
And that really goes through the entire offense because when you're running the ball effectively, just about everyone's involved. It's not just the guy carrying the football. It's everyone blocking for him, both inside and on the perimeter.
After the made field goal, Gay back out there to kick it off. This will be fielded inside the 5. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. So here are the Browns under head coach Kevin Stefanski. The former national champion at Clemson bringing him onto the field. And that's the signal caller, Deshaun Watson.
And he's exactly the man you want in control of your offense. Excellent arm, good zip on the ball, not afraid to use his legs when he needs to. And what he's excelled at doing is making plays when the first read isn't available or when the pressure's about to get to him.
Watson and the Browns now with a 1st and 10 at their own 27. Now it's Watson. Dumps this to his running back, Chubb. It'll go as a gain of 4, and it's 2nd down. Now Watson. That's complete. It's Elijah Moore. 7 yards there and a 1st down. A first carry now for Nick Chubb. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber who runs like this early because they will pay dividends as the game progresses.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. Watson. To the sideline, and oh, that's well done. Able to drag the feet. He's going to have the 1st down. 4 yards on the pickup. Good enough to extend the drive. 2 first downs have him up near midfield now on 1st and 10. Here's Watson. That one caught by Felton. And he's going to be taken down right at the 40-yard line.
Nice little nifty play for him there. That's the ability to read a defense and utilize players that don't often get picked up in coverage easily. And I'm talking about being able to use the backs out of the backfield. Because I know that when I used to cover, hey, we got everybody oh, he just snuck out there, and they just got a nice first down there.
What do we love to say? Get those backs into space, right? And they were able to do that there. Nice pickup on first down. Now from Colts territory, here's a 1st and 10 right at the 40. To throw is Watson. And he's got the hook up to Moore. And he's going to be taken down at about the 33. Second down and 3. To the air yet again. Watson got an open man. That's David Njoku, the tight end. And he'll be marked down at about the 26-yard line. We got to like what you're seeing from this offense here on the first drive. A nice sustained series to begin the game, and it will continue after picking up another first there.
Would you say the word methodical comes to mind? I love the execution. I love what they're doing on this drive. They're controlling the ball, controlling the game, controlling the clock.
And they'll let the quarterback keep it here on 1st and 10. And some determined running there as he'll pick his way down to the 12-yard line. And that one will go for 13 yards on the keeper and a first down. And this, I mean, it's certainly something to watch out for. He is not afraid to call his own number on plays like that. And here he takes it for good yardage.
And we know this defense prepared all week for this, but sometimes when you see it in person, it's a whole different ball game. And all that preparation, it goes right out the window.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. Chubb will get the call running left. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Here's Watson. Being chased out left. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Grover Stewart getting in there for the sack. He's certainly one of those quarterbacks that can burn you with his mobility, but that time able to hem him in and get him to the ground.
Perfect descriptor right there about how they kept him in the pocket. Excellent job of containment, but they were still able to continue to bring such strong pressure without letting him escape. But how about those guys in the secondary as well? Kept the coverage tight, plastered to the receivers, and left no real options for him to throw it downfield.
Gonna need something special here on 3rd and long. After that sack, what does Watson have in his arsenal? He'll look to throw. And that's going to be caught for a Browns touchdown. Deshaun Watson finding Amari Cooper. And the Browns are able to answer the early 3 points and take a first-quarter lead. Well, Charles, here in their opening series, they said they had certain plays scripted for certain players. That looked like a well-designed play to get one of their top targets involved.
Yeah, let's face it, Brandon. A player of his talent is a problem for any opponent to defend, and we saw it right there. They tried to deny an open lane to him. He still outplayed the coverage and scored the early touchdown. Good luck trying to figure out how to defend him as this game moves on.
Extra point by York is up and good. And that makes it a 7-3 lead. York ready, and here we go as he sends this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Second drive coming up here for the Indianapolis Colts. Last time out, you remember their drive stalled, but thanks to their kicker, booted a long field goal to at least get them 3. Now here they'll try to do better and find the end zone.
And in our experience, how much fun is it for coaches to know that they've got a kicker who can nail it from long distance? Now, the hard part is, as an offensive play caller, you don't want that in your head too much where you're relying on it, and he goes out and gets the job done for them. But I'm quite sure he would be content to just kick extra points from here on out.
Yeah, absolutely no question. I think his teammates would be okay with him just kicking the extra points as well. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. Now it's Richardson. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
And this drive is almost over before it began thanks to a great defensive effort. Sack on first down, followed by an incompletion. One more good rep, and they get off the field.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. 3rd and long for Richardson. Steps away to his left. And that will be incomplete.
This defense has certainly played well so far in this game, and the coverage has been tight on just about every throw. Forced a few here so far in this game, and now it brings up 4th down.
To punt on 4th down, here's Rigoberto Sanchez. Back deep, Jakeem Grant. They'll score that a 36-yard punt, and the Browns will take over 1st and 10. Second drive coming up here for Cleveland as they return to the field on offense. And as the offense begins another drive here, pretty simple, Charles. They want to carbon copy what happened the last time out when they ended their drive in the end zone.
You're right about that, partner. It sounds pretty simple, doesn't it? Just score again, but we know it's not that simple because we don't just make adjustments at halftime. If you're a good football team, you spend that time on the sideline, you study what's on the notes and the tablets, and you make those adjustments, prevent a repeat of the last drive. Series to series, the best teams, that's how they get it done.
And we'll find out here soon enough whether those adjustments are enough defensively. Watson's throw hauled in by Bell. And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line.
I know we just saw a nice throw and catch, but how about the big guys up front buying that time? Yeah, that's exactly what they did. They created time and allowed the space to happen, and it turned into a really nice play.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. From the gun, here's Watson. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
You can tell they wanted to get that ball downfield, but they had nothing working in the secondary, so he dropped it off to the running back. That one ended up incomplete.
So line of scrimmage still the 39 on 2nd and 10. A give running right is Chubb. And he'll get 4 here down to the 35-yard line. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. After one, 7-3 the score on EA Sports. The start of the second quarter, and it's the Browns in control of the football as they've got it with a 3rd down coming up. Watson now to throw. To the sideline. Wow, what a catch. Doesn't get a lot out of it, but he is able to keep the feet in bounds. They'll give him 4 yards there, and that'll bring up 4th down.
I know where we're headed on this. Terrific catch, gets his feet down, sets up a 4th down and short situation. But I bet we're wondering, why didn't he get to the 1st down marker running his route? Am I correct?
You got to know where the marker is, right?
Got to figure it out. I know every receiver is taught that. Sometimes circumstances change it. At least they have an opportunity to make a decision with not much yardage to go.
So the defense has to stay out and get one more stop. They were able to do it, forcing the incompletion.
So on their record, that goes down as a successful play. Doesn't matter how they got there, how it happened. They got it done. They're the ones that are jubilant.
Indy set to go on offense once more. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Play action. Now Richardson. Over the middle, complete. That's Taylor. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. Give the Colts 13 yards and a 1st down. First and 10, Taylor now. And no room that time, getting it to about the 46. The linebacker, Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah, on the tackle.
Absolutely love the effort there. The ability to flow from his inside spot and stop that one at the line of scrimmage. Nice linebacker play.
Richardson. Isaiah McKenzie hauling it in. And they're going to have another 1st down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 43. Indianapolis moving the chains there on a gain of 12.
Some think that teams really won't throw a slant route unless you have a receiver that has a lot of stature to him. But sometimes the little guys, they get lost in there. People can't really locate them, and they run that quick cut on the slant, and oftentimes they can turn it into big plays.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. On the counter, it's Taylor. And if there was a lane there, it closed up quickly as he stopped for no gain. 2nd down.
He may be a bit undersized compared to the modern-day NFL defensive tackle, but what he lacks in size, he definitely makes up for in his ability to make tackles in the run game as well.
Second down, here's Richardson. Throw over the middle, going to be caught here by Mo Alley-Cox. And he's going to be marked down just inside the 35. This will be play number 7 on the drive. 3rd and a yard. 3rd and 1, Richardson to throw. And down he goes. They sack him back right around the 41-yard line. In for the sack, Myles Garrett. Well, they were coming out of the 4-3 defensively. Pressure coming off that right side from the DN.
And that's the blind side of most quarterbacks. If you're right-handed, that's the side you don't see quite as well, and that's why you rely on your left tackle, maybe your highest-paid offensive lineman, to take care of you. In this situation, that didn't happen.
So now they're going to send out the field goal unit to, as they say, fire away from long distance. So this will be spotted on the midfield logo. It's a 58-yard attempt, and that is no good. And that will keep this a 4-point game.
Well, Brandon, anything beyond 50, you start rolling the dice a bit. And once you get up around 57, 58 yards, the chances of making it go down dramatically. And sure enough, this one winds up no good.
Ready to take over again on offense. Out comes Cleveland. A kind of a lucky break on the prior drive, Charles. The turnover on downs that the offense had didn't come back to bite them after the other side. Their defense came through, was able to hold them without any points.
I would agree with you, partner. A little bit of a lucky break indeed, but you know what they'd say to us? No luck, just pure skill. We rose to the challenge, and we didn't permit a score. That's how we roll.
Well, I'm kind of curious, Charles, if they might temper their aggressiveness now offensively if they get in that fourth down spot again.
Yeah, one would think so, but maybe because they held them, they might go for it again.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. They run it again with Chubb. And maybe a little over pursuit there as he's able to take this down to the 25-yard line. 40 yards rushing for him now on just 6 carries to this point.
Partner, there are strong running plays, and then there are plays where you simply outclass the defense, and we saw the latter there. They ran straight up the heart of that front for an excellent gain and first down. Simply put, you've got to put up more of a fight defending the middle. Otherwise, this is going to be a long game.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Back to throw, Watson. He's got the connection to Moore. And he'll be marked down right at the 20-yard line.
Gotcha, baby. Let's go, boy. Let's go. That's what it is, baby. Let's go.
Throwing again on second down. Watson. He's got Njoku, his big tight end. Only able to gain a couple there. And this will wind up being a 3rd and 3.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
And for the Colts, an extra defensive back in there now on 3rd down. Back to throw. Watson. He's got his tight end, David Njoku. Yeah, the Browns are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
And in a lot of ways, that catch is expected. Red zone presence, and that one was realized there. You've got to find your tight end in that situation.
They'll run with Chubb. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. Nick Chubb, an 8-yard touchdown run as his guys are able to extend their lead. A strong, determined run there, Charles, to get in for 6 points.
This is why it's such a team game, isn't it? And I know that sounds really generic and it sounds almost trite, but the blocks were made up front, offensive line, collective victory at the line of scrimmage and downfield. And how about the finish to the run all the way into the end zone?
Extra point by York is up and good. And that pushes the lead up to 11. York ready, and here we go as he sends this one away. This will be fielded inside the 5. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line. And now Indianapolis set to take the field. Their deficit is 11, 14-3, and needing to get something going here as they come up on 1st and 10. First and 10, it's Richardson. Got his man complete over the middle. That's McKenzie. Second down at 4. On second down, it's Richardson to throw it. That's going to be complete on the sideline, but, you know, that throw left him no room to run, and the good footwork nearly all for naught. So just 3 yards on the completion there. And they'll be faced with a 3rd and inches. They'll try and run for the first with Taylor. And some room to maneuver. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. That good for 19 and a first down. Well, Jonathan Taylor, like most guys from Wisconsin, he's not one to shy away from contact. He proved it right there.
Yeah, and this is most definitely the guy you want running the football when you need the tough yards on 3rd down. And he moves the chains and then some as he shakes off that first contact. And as they said in the 70s, he just keeps right on trucking.
And the next-gen stats shows us the tale of how much yardage he was able to pick up after the initial contact. Back to Taylor on 1st down. They showed off the athletic juke. Good little gain there. Not a whole lot of real estate, but a nice carry. 57 yards on the ground for him so far.
This drive is turning into an extended one, and the guy carrying the ball, he's becoming more like a body blows guy. Every carry is putting some damage on the defense. So after a while, I'm not too sure how many guys are going to want to run up and tackle him.
And now they're going to get him down right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play, and now they're faced with a 3rd and 1. Those are the plays this defense needs with the deficit they're facing.
It certainly is, and they've got to continue to swarm the football and hope that someone, while they're holding up the ball carrier, can get in there and rake it and lock it free. They need to get some takeaways as well.
A reminder coming up in a couple of minutes' time, we'll pay a visit to Jonathan Coachman, the coach in our EA Sports studios. He'll have a look back at the next-gen stats from this first half of action. Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect.
With a rookie quarterback out there, you're definitely going to find out how he handles adversity, because this one so far hasn't gone according to plan. He's got to fight through it and show him what he's made of.
Going for it on 4th, Richardson. Over the middle, complete. It's McKenzie. And he is going to have a Colts first down as they manage to convert. And that'll keep the drive alive. Give them 11 on the gain there. And that'll be good for an Indianapolis first. Richardson to the air on 1st down. And he's going to be taken down back around the 35-yard line. Multiple defenders there to drop him for a loss of 4. These sacks now, they're starting to pile up, Charles. And that front 7 defensively, they've had their way with this offensive line.
And I think at this stage, we have to start thinking about different play calls. We've got to start helping this quarterback out, because the entire game he's been under siege. I don't care what the down and distance. They've got to get the ball out of his hands a lot quicker.
Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Here's Richardson to throw. They'll set up the screen to Taylor. And they're going to work this down to about the 32-yard line. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in half number 1. They missed a field goal on their last drive. Here they need something to even get into field goal range on 3rd down. On 3rd down, here's Richardson. The throw on target to his receiver, McKenzie. And he will not make it to that imaginary yellow line as they get him to the ground at about the 23. Already down 2 scores. They're going to go for this rather than settle for 3. They'll run for it. It's Taylor. And try to push his way forward, but I think he's going to be short. And he is short. He needed 2. He only got 1. And this Browns defense stands tall. So an interesting decision at this stage of the game to go for it. You think maybe that missed field goal earlier had anything to do with it?
If it did, I'm really surprised because usually one miss is not enough to alter your game plan. My only thought is maybe he got hurt or maybe they just understand that it's not his day for some other reason we don't know right now. But in general situations, you run him back out there and let him have another chance.
On 1st and 10, Watson. They set up the screen to Chubb. Now the Browns signal for the 2nd of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime. From the 27, Watson. And he works his way past the line of scrimmage and then slides to a halt. It's just a gain of a couple there on the scramble, and now it's 3rd down. Now a timeout called for by the offense. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. Watson on 3rd down. And that will be incomplete with a clock showing 18 seconds now to go.
That might be the 3rd down stop that they needed because they've had a lot of trouble slowing down this offense in the first half. This might be their opportunity to get off the field.
On 4th down, on is Corey Bojorquez to punt. A call for a fair catch, and it's made at about the 23-yard line. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the 2nd quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
The previous run, good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard. Richardson looking to throw. Hits his target, the tight end, Mo Alley-Cox. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the 2nd quarter. A final shot before the half. Richardson. And this one is incomplete. So we have reached halftime here in an 11-point contest. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. Welcome everyone to our brand new studios here in downtown Orlando in the EA Sports Halftime Report. First things first, let's get a check on the next-gen stats from that first half for the Browns. And even though they've got the big cushion, I would imagine they'd like to see a little more out of their passing game. Pretty pedestrian numbers through 2 quarters of play. Meanwhile, for the Colts, they did not have quite the same amount of success in the passing game that their counterparts did, as you get a look at the numbers there.
All right, Coach, thanks very much. Fine work as always as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. The Browns are going to get the second half kickoff, and they've got this lead as well as we are back and underway from the 6. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. And the Browns offense getting set to go to work here to start the third. Watson and the Browns now with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Here's Watson. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete.
And he still doesn't have a catch. We're into the second half. I think it's a little bit of a surprise to me, but that was one he should have caught.
Absolutely. That was his best opportunity right there. He dropped it. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Throwing again is Watson. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Deshaun Watson, so multi-dimensional, able to scramble for the first. He'll look to throw. Caught here by Bell. So the completion good for 6 yards, and that's going to bring up 2nd down. Faking the give. Now Watson. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Quiddy Pay getting in there and burying him behind the line. Well, on that one, they go with a play fake, CD, but I don't think anybody really was fooled. All eyes were fixated on the quarterback, and they got him to the ground.
And to run this play successfully, you've got to make sure that everyone is doing their part. You actually have to sell this play. You've got to sell the run action. Otherwise, why do you stop at the running back? You just run straight for the quarterback and put him on the ground.
Gonna need something special here on 3rd and long after that sack. What does Watson have in his arsenal? They're gonna look to throw. And he slides to avoid the hit. Only able to get back a yard for his efforts, and that leads us to 4th down.
Oh, partner, just a second earlier, and they might have had him because they certainly thought they were going to close in and drop him behind the line of scrimmage, but he had just enough time to dodge the pressure, and he ends up getting yardage before being stopped.
The Browns send out their punter now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And this will hit just beyond the goal line as it's into the end zone for a touchback. Here's the Colts now as they get ready for their first possession on offense of the second half. And, Charles, they're certainly still right in this game, but they need that offense to wake up and in a hurry.
Yeah, I like the way you put it. They certainly did seem to sleepwalk a bit in the first half. Now that their defense has done its job, it's their turn now to go out and try and get some points.
And they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28. Line of scrimmage, the 28 now as they come up on second and a couple. They give to Taylor out of the gun. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a first down. Keep the sticks moving.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. On first down, Richardson. That's complete to Pierce. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. The extra effort after the catch makes it good for a gain of 26 and also a first down.
Quarterbacks love slant routes because the receivers are breaking right into their line of vision, and receivers love them as well because they're getting the ball on the move and able to catch it and try and get upfield and gain additional yardage.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Taylor. Dancing away at the 35. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. 80 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
Now that was an excellent run. And when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block. But the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes. So when they block on a big-time running play and create extra space, you've kind of hit the jackpot there.
Extra bulk up front for 2nd and inches. 3 tight ends. They run once more with Taylor. And he gets it down to the 32. Only a gain of a yard, but that's all they needed.
Now that's the way to do it. Hand it to someone with vision and good footwork, and add in a little bit of power, and you find a way to pick up first downs.
A give for Taylor running right side. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and it'll be 2nd and very short.
Okay, he didn't break that one all the way, but you got to know that he feels like he's right on the verge, and that's probably exactly what he's telling them in the huddle right now.
Options galore here, 2nd and a few inches. Up the middle, here's Taylor. Nifty move. And they'll get this down to the 10. A solid pickup of 12 yards, and now they're knocking on the door.
Boy, where would these guys be without his performance on the ground? That puts him over 100 yards now for the afternoon, and I tell you, he seems to be getting stronger as the day goes along.
First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. 1st and 10. Here's Richardson with it. Got his man complete over the middle. That's McKenzie. They showed off a nice juke of the defender before the next wave could bring him down. A gain of 9 there. Sets up 2nd and goal. Taylor. No signal, and now they say he did not get in. He is stonewalled at the 1. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
Big play coming here. It's 3rd and goal. Here's Taylor again. But he will not get to the goal line. In fact, he won't get to the line of scrimmage as they push him back to the 2. Nothing doing on 2nd and 3rd down after that 9-yard gain on 1st.
And you know it pains them to be this close, and you know they're going to want to go for it here, but they absolutely have to kick the field goal and get this back to a 1-score game. It's only logical.
Matt Gay now gets ready for the field goal try. From the right hash at a bit of a tight angle. And Gay knocks this one through. And a second field goal here cuts their deficit to 14-6 now. So 3 points, maybe not a grand prize at this stage, but it does get them back within 1 score.
It certainly does, because now they stay within shouting distance. So that means everyone on your sideline stays engaged in this game. They know they still have a shot.
After the made field goal, Gay back out there to kick it off. From the 6. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. And now the Browns coming out on the field. Over on the sideline, hoping to hit that reset button between possessions. Last time out, they had to punt it away. This time hoping to finish this thing off in the end zone. Watson on 1st down. To the right side, and he's got more complete. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick 1st down.
They sure put the coverage guys in a stress on that one. They thought they were going deep. Ends up curling inside for a nice chunk of yardage.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Watson now to throw. That's going to be taken in by Felton. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. This a 2nd and 7 from the 37. Out of the gun, Watson. He's got the connection to Moore. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 5th catch of the afternoon, and that gives him a 1st down.
That's right. It's going to be big time now. Big time beat. Every day, let's do what we do every day. Let's go.
A shotgun snap for Watson. That one caught by Felton. And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line. Three yards remain for 2nd down. They go up the middle with Chubb. And he's got this down to the 35. It's a gain of 10, and the Browns are going to get a 1st down.
I think we're seeing the effect that runs like that are starting to have on this game. They're a little bit slower, that front 7, reacting to the football, almost like body blows in boxing, slowing them down, and they're really starting to take over in this game.
Now a first down throw. Watson. Over the, puts it on the carpet. It's out. And the Colts pick it up. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line. So turnovers, Charles, you figure will be key in the second half, and that's a big giveaway there.
Yeah, and as you and I both know, coaches are always preaching ball security, and none more often than right here in the second half of a tight football game. Now you've got to believe what the coaches are saying and take care of that football.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. A carry by Taylor to start the drive. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down.
Now that's a run that warms a play caller's heart because you're actually set up to do whatever you want on offense. You can come right back and run essentially the same play because you have momentum, or you can fake that running play and throw something deep over the top, or you now feel like you have an extra down to play with because if you go ahead and just throw it and you don't get it, come back and try and pick it up on third down.
Second down, another run with Taylor. And he'll go down, and that will do it for the third quarter of action. 3 quarters have come and gone. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Back now in Indianapolis. It's the Colts, so they've got the football, but they've got work to do, trailing here as we begin the fourth quarter. Flushed out right. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. A loss of 3 on the sack made by multiple defenders.
But Brandon, sometimes I think when we watch games, we're actually watching a living museum because we're seeing the evolution of positions almost with each passing game. How about defensive ends nowadays and the way that they can run almost all the way across the field?
It is unbelievable, isn't it? I mean, they're so strong, but they're so lean, they can move so quick with those bodies.
It's almost unfair. You're supposed to be able to know where a defensive end is supposed to be on every play. These guys flash so quickly, you're not sure where they're going to end up.
So following the sack, they'll try to change their fortune here on 2nd and 13. Richardson now on 2nd down. Quick slant caught by Pierce.
In today's football, where receivers break tackles, make people miss, get upfield for the extra yardage, when you see a play like that where it's caught and he's dropped on the spot, that's a big-time play by the defense.
The Colts on 3rd down. It's been a problem. Just 1 for 7 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 3. Richardson on 3rd and short. And able to catch it on the left sideline, but they're going to rule him out of bounds. So it'll be incomplete. Certainly one they'd like to have back as it brings up 4th down. Well, the other day they told us when we've got 3rd and 5 or less, we have to be able to convert. And I guess every team would say that, Charles, but an opportunity missed there.
What they were trying to tell us is they believe it's a matchup game at that point, and they like they had, thought they could exploit them, unable to do so on that play.
As Sanchez on to punt here as he sends this one away. And no return possible here as they angle this one out of bounds. Here comes the Browns offense back onto the field. Their defense got the stop, forced the punt, and now you really start to monitor the clock as they nurse this slim lead. Watson and the Browns now with a 1st and 10 at their own 27. Now it's Watson. And this nearly an interception, but it's incomplete. Well, a turnover really would have helped him there, but not to be.
I think he's taking an awful chance with the football right there. You've got to lead, you've got to protect it, and he's taking chances putting it out there in a little bit of jeopardy.
Especially in a spot like this, 4th quarter, as you said, trying to cling to that advantage.
Yeah, that one probably should have been picked, huh?
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete.
And now offensively it's 3rd and 10, and I'm just thinking to myself, actors always say, what's my motivation before a big scene? Right now the play caller's thinking, what have I done before that's worked well that I can go to right now?
Yeah, because they were pretty successful in the first half scoring points. Haven't done anything so far here in the second half. Throwing on 3rd down, Watson. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And a good job on the tackle there as they get him down shy of the first on the 35-yard stripe. So they'll get 8 out of that completion, and that's going to bring up a 4th down.
A short game that doesn't get them the first down brings up a 4th down situation.
Really nice job defensively. They knew where the sticks were. They got the stop before it. The Browns send out their punter now as he'll come on to kick this one away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. 37 yards on the punt with no return. And the Colts will go on offense here, 1st and 10. Indianapolis offense ready to go again. The last series for them, a little disappointing, forced to punt. And now they'll try to do better here and come away with some points as they begin this drive, 1st and 10. And that's to about the 28, 2nd down coming up.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Again, it's Taylor. Call it a gain of a couple, and that's going to leave them with a 3rd and about 5.
Well, that's not a run that's going to make any of the highlight tapes, but they've been moving it well all game on the ground. This is another one that keeps them moving forward.
And for the Browns, a nickel set here on 3rd down. Richardson shotgun on 3rd down. And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
Good clean play. No flags coming out of the pocket of the officials. Turns into an incompletion, and that should get them off the field with a 3 and out.
Now here's Rigoberto Sanchez as he's on to punt for Indianapolis. Call it 46 yards on the punt, just a single yard on the return as he was covered quickly. And out will come the offense as they take over. And now Cleveland geared up to take the field. This crew had to punt last time they had the ball, but when you've got a lead like this, you content to play the field position game?
You are to an extent, especially if you like your defense, because you have the lead, you've been controlling the game. But why put them in a tougher spot? You want to get out there and get something done on offense and maybe take command of this game yourself. Certainly appeared to take away his first read, and by the time he tried to look elsewhere and find an open target, the coverage was too good. That one falls incomplete.
So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22. And he'll slide to a halt here, still a little shy of the 1st down marker. He'll end up getting 5 out of that, but now they're looking at 3rd down.
Well, it certainly appears to me that the defensive guys are starting to look a little bit tired while he still has some fresh legs. Not the biggest gain we've seen on a scramble, but still some positive yardage on a play that initially looked like a sure win for the defense.
Back to throw, Watson. He's got his tight end, David Njoku. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. And a big 32-yard play on 3rd.
We always talk about the guy who paid off the play, don't we? A guy who caught it or ran it. But how about the elements that go into making a big play? This one in particular, able to scan the field, pocket held up nicely. What a terrific job by the offensive line. The route well run, and the football right on the money.
So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Up the middle, it's Chubb. Oh, no, he lost the football. And they will set up shop at their own 41-yard line.
Well, partner, here's where team football gets tested a little bit, because I know the defensive guys were over there chilling on the sidelines, and all of a sudden they heard the sudden change call because that fumble puts them right back on the field, and they've got to go out and finish the game now themselves.
Absolutely. Nursing that slim lead here in the fourth, a costly turnover. And now, as with every potential turnover, they're going to take a second look at this just to make sure. Now the question, was the knee in fact down before this ball comes loose, and is the video convincing enough to overturn it?
A lot of factors here. Remember, you also need clear possession of the football afterwards. This is a tough one to overturn.
So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. From the 39, Watson. He'll get this to Bell. And he's going to be taken down just shy of the 35.
Let's go. Get it now. This is where you start. Let's go now. Let's go. I'm back to one. Let's go. Let's go. It's all rock and roll. It's all like popcorn. It's all like popcorn.
Here's Watson. Cooper fast with a feet. And he's brought down inside the 20 at the 18-yard line.
And that certainly appears to be a critical conversion right there, because not only do they keep the drive going, they take valuable time off the clock as well. They have to feel really good about that last completion.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. From the red zone now, Watson. That is incomplete. Tight end Harrison Bryant, the intended target. And it's 2nd down.
That was well defended. They clamped down on every available receiver. Just got to give the win to the defense on that snap.
They got to walk that walk. This is the calm before the storm, baby.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Watson looks to throw again. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. And the Colts are right back in this football game. A seismic shift in momentum here in the 4th quarter. That's the break that the defense needed.
And you know as well as I do, people are going to question the play call in that situation. Sometimes you have to question the execution, not necessarily the call. And in this case, those defenders found a way to give their team a chance.
Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. The interception sets them up with an opportunity to erase this 4th quarter deficit. Now this series could very well determine our outcome. And now the drive starts with a completion out to the right. And they'll get him down up past the 15. That'll go for a gain of 13, helping big time to get away from that end zone. 1st down.
And that's a much-needed 1st down right there. Look, they're down by 8. So logic says they don't have to get a touchdown out of this drive. But the way things are going, I don't know if I'd put it in the hands of my defense here. You might not get the ball back at all. So if a 4th down situation comes up, I'm thinking hard about going for it right here and right now.
So that last play gives them a little more space now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 16-yard line. Richardson off the play fake. He'll drop this down to Taylor. And he'll go down just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and that'll bring up 2nd down. Now it's Richardson. They'll set up the screen to Taylor. And he'll be corralled right around the 34. The passing game for the Colts finding its stride, another 1st down.
They ran that one well, and not only did they pick up a nice chunk of yardage on the screen, they sent a message to the defense. Rush the passer all you want, but you better be careful. We can hit you going back the other direction.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Running straight ahead, Taylor. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. No gain on the play there, 2nd down.
That time they're able to bottle him up, but he's having a really nice game.
I agree with that. Let's just go big picture, right? Every back that's in the Hall of Fame had carries where they didn't gain yardage or they lost yardage, but you stick with them, don't you? When they're having a good game, keep feeding them.
On 2nd down, it's Richardson to throw it. And the ball is knocked out, but I believe the Colts were able to fall on this when they were, and so possession will remain with Indy. I'll call it luck or skill, whatever the case is. They're feeling good about just keeping the football there.
Yeah, the biggest thing that they're calling it now, our ball. I mean, they don't care if it was luck or skill. Boy, the panic that jumps up in your chest when that ball's on the ground, whether you get it or your teammate gets it, just as long as you maintain possession, that's all you're looking for.
On 1st down, Richardson. Hits his target, the tight end, Mo Alley-Cox. Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and that'll make it 2nd down.
I don't care what sport you're playing. Everyone likes to build up a little momentum, don't they? And look at this, back-to-back completions to the big target at tight end.
That one not as profitable as the other, but still a decent gain. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So the Colts in possession of the football as we get you reset. They come up on a 2nd down now in a game that looks like it's going to go down to the wire. Here's a throw over the middle. It's taken in by his tight end. And they're going to have another 1st down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 28. A gain there of 21 yards.
Brandon, it's okay what they're doing right now. Still able to work the middle of the field, but you know sooner or later they're going to have to stop the clock.
1st down now, but the clock continues to move. Richardson to throw it. And this is incomplete. So he's unable to complete it there, and just not the game that you would expect from him. He's been off the mark really start to finish.
Yeah, it makes you wonder what exactly is going on. Is he a little bit dinged up here, or is he just off just by a bit? Maybe he can get it back in this situation. He'll need to.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Now Richardson. Throw over the middle, going to be caught here by Mo Alley-Cox. And he'll be marked down right at the 20-yard line.
It drives some people crazy to see those short throws underneath. They've got to find a way to gash the defense downfield.
They'll get to the line here, but remember, it's also 3rd down. Here's Richardson. And this nearly intercepted. Probably should have been. Had he caught it, it would have sealed it. Instead, one more chance coming up on 4th down.
Partner, they've got one chance left to keep this one going, and I think for you and me, let's think along with their offensive coordinator now. Has to think back, cycle through every play of this contest, and remember what's worked and what hasn't. Because right here, he needs the best play of the game in order to keep this one alive.
Trying to punch it in with Taylor. And he picks up the 1st down yardage as he takes it down to the 16.
Add that one to the good run tally right there. He's been strong throughout this game, and there's no reason to suggest he's going to slow down in the 4th quarter at all. And that's exactly what they need him to do. Keep churning out 1st downs.
1st down now, but that clock rolling. Richardson. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Couple extra defensive backs out there in the dime, and because of that, really not many places to throw the football, if any.
And typically, what would you want to do against that dime?
Run the football.
You want to run the ball, but you can't do it in this situation. Not nearly enough time on the clock. You're having to really navigate against a tough defense presented against you.
Richardson looking to throw it. He gets this into the hands of Taylor. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 27 seconds showing on the clock. First and goal, a touchdown and a two-point conversion here are musts.
Now Richardson.
To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Well, this defense has been physical all game long, and it certainly looks like they're not going to back off and make things any easier. They want to keep making life miserable for the receivers all the way to the end.
A line of scrimmage, once again the 5 as they get ready for second and goal.
Throwing now is Richardson.
Escape, and he gets in just in the nick of time, so they get the touchdown they need. Now they need a two-point conversion to tie it.
We'll break down the touchdown later. It's two-point conversion time. Go to your script, pick your play, and go for it.
The late touchdown was only half the battle. Now they need the two-point conversion to tie the ball game.
Here's Richardson.
And they don't get it. It's incomplete. They got the touchdown, could not, however, get the two-point conversion to cap it, and they're still down by a pair. So 15 ticks remaining as they line up for the onside kick. And this is going to be recovered by the hands team. And that should just about put a capper on this one. And that's why you have your hands team out there on the field. Those are the best guys ready to make that play.
And let's face it, it was executed well. It wasn't a bad kick. It wasn't anything like that. Just that the normal outcome actually came to play. Analytics will tell you it's a very low possibility of getting the ball for the team kicking it in an onside kick situation.
You're all about the numbers, aren't you?
All about the numbers, baby. It's a new game now.
They don't lie. The Browns in victory formation now as they take the knee. And with just inside of 10 seconds to go, they'll burn their final timeout. 9 seconds left.
We'll see what they have drawn up here. A little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a first down.
Down to a knee goes Watson, and that should just about do it for this ball game. So Cleveland able to come away with the victory here. And it was a bit of a strange game. They were held scoreless through the entire second half, but their first half output, that's enough to carry them to victory.
And that's an odd game to watch, isn't it? Because when we saw the output in the first half, you think to yourself, okay, they've got something working here. They know what they're doing. They'll continue that along. But instead, it's goose eggs in the second half. Fortunately, enough of a cushion and enough defense to carry them home.